Good morning. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining the practice this morning. As always, please practice according to your abilities. Respect your limitations. Think of the practice as an offering. What you're feeling is to the extent of feeling affecting everybody. So use that as a cue to practice in a conscious and mindful way to deliver the best experience possible. So let's begin. Close the eyes, bring the attention within. And we begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Om. At the moment of creation, this divine essence, God, became part of all living beings everywhere. This divine spark is equally present in all beings throughout the endless universe. It's continuously expanding as well. Tune your mind to the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we acquire the intellect to attain that knowledge. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more meaningful, more powerful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Do the practice because it must be done for the well-being of all. Let's do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, imagine you're channeling the Guru through your voice. Imagine the Guru singing through your voice. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. If you do know it, do it with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around us. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrika Ksham Sabaya Bihantraha Sjihi. Let's do spiritual breathing in order to connect, establish deeper connection with the divine within. Bring the arms up, palms slightly turned up from the fingertips. Inhale down through the arms right into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the intention and the breath at the center of the chest and right side of the physical heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Imagine you're being flooded by the best of the best coming down through the arms right into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, holding it in the spiritual heart as an offering to God who resides there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, just the breath leaves. Everything that you pulled in stays within. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale. Draw everything you need down through the arms into spiritual heart. Invite in the best of the best. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the spiritual heart. Hold the attention of the breath there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Let's do color breathing or sound breathing. So this helps to increase our aura, which is our protection against psychic attacks. This is simply negative energy that's directed towards us, whether it's intentional or unintentional. So it's like a big force field surrounding you. Imagine it filled with colors. And concentrate certain colors in certain areas of the body, bring an intention of healing there, and then you will get healing effects as well. Direct it to yourself, but also to all beings. Remember, everything is meant to be shared. So we're going to start off by bringing the attention to the lower 3 chakras located in the root spine, the sacral area, and the navel. Color that whole, imagine a whole area flooded with red. Just allow the sound to ride the breath. Take a deep breath in. The sound is ah. Now bring your attention to the heart. The color is green. The sound is you. A little bit of a higher pitch this time. Inhale. Bring now the attention to the throat, the base of the throat. The color is blue. The sound is so. So the color is blue. Take a deep breath in. So. Next, the center of the forebrow. The sound is E. The color is another shade of blue, different from the one that we pictured for the throat. So, concentrate the area in the space between the eyebrows, and this helps the sinuses. Take a deep breath in. Next, go in the same area, the center of the forebrow, a little bit behind it. It's also, this area is where the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, which help to regulate all the glands in the body, bring them into a state of radiant health. The color is indigo, the sound is sun. So this has purifying effects. Imagine that all the impurities are being dislodged by the vibrations produced, carried out into the bloodstream, eventually out of the body. So again, the color indigo at the center of the forebrow. Take a deep breath in. The sound is sun. Sun. And finally, the crown. The color is violet. The sound is sum, S-U-M, M. So again, concentrate on the latter part of the sound, the M part that produces vibrations. Feel the whole top of the head vibrating. This helps to bring mental sharpness. Why that's important is because with the discernment, with mental sharpness of mind, we can have a better ability to understand the nature of the true self. We make ourselves more conducive to receiving the knowledge, understanding the knowledge. Again, the color violet at the crown. Take a deep breath in. Thumb. Take a moment to just observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Be the witness, be the eternal witness. Have no expectations what you should or should not observe. Have no attachment to the result. And through the practice, stay in the mindset of the witness, tune your mind to that higher witness within. And eventually this dissolves the ego. That is to say, the identification with the body, the mind, and the emotions. These are not you. We will now begin the asana practice. It is through the forms that God manifests in this universe. So let's celebrate all the beautiful, magnificent ways that God is present in this world, in this universe. Love and revere each and every one of them, and each and every one of these forms. So now let's begin the practice. Come to standing. So we're going to start off with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice, also to generate heat, which helps to promote the release of the impurities. The first one is to release impurities from the organs. Imagine they're all being just shaken out of the organs through the action. So what we're doing is we're taking a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you can come down, hands on the knees. As you stay empty, you throw the belly button against the front of the spine very, very quickly. Try for at least 50 times as you hold the breath out. At the end of it, you push the belly button into the front of the spine. You continue to hold the breath out. And then you come back up. So if you can't do as long as I'm doing it, then just whenever you have to stop, whenever you have to breathe again, you can just push your belly button in front of the spine for a few moments, okay? So take a deep breath in. You have to relax the belly muscles when you do this. Exhale. Come down. Empty your lungs completely. Relax the belly muscles and just start to pump them in and out. Imagine all the impurities being shaken out of the organs, tumbling right out. Now push the belly button in front of the spine, hollow out the area underneath the rib basket. Exhale, come back up. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breath in again. Exhale, come down. Empty out completely. Then relax the belly muscles and start to move the belly, pumping it in and out. The belly button continually hitting the front of the spine. Push the belly button into front of the spine again. Keep holding the breath out. And then coming back up. Breathe in. And breathe out. So I apologize. First time I said exhale as you come up, but you're already out of breath. It's just force of habit. So I apologize for the confusion. So let's continue now with the warm-ups of the joints. Take the hands on the hips. Start to move the head in circles. Take the head around and around. If it feels better for you, however, to just do half circles, then do according to your condition as always. Try to get your ears to shoulders, the chin to the chest. If you take the head all the way around, the back of the head to the top of the back. Then go in the other direction now, or continue to do the semicircles. Good. Now, arms up on the inhale, exhale down. Continue. Do the exercises with enthusiasm and nice full breaths. Now inhale, arms up, fingers spread. Exhale, yank the arms down, form fists, as the hands come down. Now forward, inhale, reach out. Exhale, snap the hands back to the shoulders. Next, arm swings. Throw the arms back. Try to get your arms behind the ears. Next one, arms across the chest, inhale, exhale, throw them back. Alternate across, each time they come across the chest. Left arm over the right, and next time the right arm over the left. Next one, arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. Allow the belly to hit the thighs. Last one, just stay down, allow the head to stop bouncing and shaking. And then roll your way back up. Good. Next one has a squat. So if you can't come down all the way, just come down as far as your knees allow. Be careful of your joints. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, drop down into the squat. Next, arms up. Arms like a cactus here. So the elbows in height in line with the shoulders. Twist from side to side. If you know Kapalabhati, can do it. So you exhale as you complete the twist on each side. The inhale happens in the center passively. Turn your head all the way around. Look all the way around you. And back to the center. Next one. Again, there's a squat. There's 4 movements in this. There's also a jump. If you can't jump, just lift your heels. So be enthusiastic. Look like a jack in a box. Well, imagine you're a jack in a box. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and down. Continue with me in whatever capacity is suitable for you. One more. Next one. Arms in front. Wrists the height to the shoulders. Circle around backwards to the front again. Inhale. Exhale, punch. Pull in and punch right back out. Feel as though the arms were spring-loaded. Next one, same movement, but the arm is down. Arms are down, so it's a circle and a quarter actually this time. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms right back down. And then release. Open up your feet to about the width of the mat. Left arm up, inhale, exhale. Bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Next one, same movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Left arm up, inhale, hold the breath, bend to the right, lean into it a little bit more in the breath retention. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, right arm up. Go to the left. Reach. And then come back up. Inhale. Bend. You can turn the left foot in the same, to left a little bit so it's following the same line as the rest of your leg. And then come back up. And then pivot on your right foot as you bend to your left. And then return. Keep on going. Try not to make folds in the waist and the underside of the body. Graceful movements like grass blowing in the wind or bending with the wind. Remember, all beings are experiencing this through you. So if you go to a place of pain or anxiety and suffering, that is what you will transmit. So transmit positive effects. Try to keep the mind in the same temperament, like the witness who's just observing, who is actionless, unaffected, unbothered, unjudging. Legs in the line of the body, reach. And again, to the left, stretch. With constant practice, anger, determination, and the observance of the ethical rules, yama and niyama, all will come, and you'll make rapid progress on the path to self-realization. Come up, and one more time. To the left, reach. Remember, the goal is all self-realization. And at that point, you see God everywhere. And come back up. Good. So now let's come onto the hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. So yeah, you probably know this one, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, then the back skin. Inhale. Open up the throat. Exhale, the upper back. The shoulder blades fall away from one another. Inhale. Push the heart forward and away from the seat. Exhale. Push it right up between your shoulder blades. Inhale, a belly button. Press it down. Exhale, push it right back in, right as you're trying to push it through the lower back. Inhale. Exhale, try to telescope your neck out of the shoulders, as well as the trunk out of the hips. Inhale. Exhale, powerful yet graceful movements. Inhale. Exhale. Still keep a little space between your chin and your chest when you bring your chin in. Inhale, try not to cut off the air passage. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Even these are not exciting, as exciting as postures may be, they still warm the body, especially when the body is, in the morning the body might be a little bit stiffer and colder. Now raise the right leg up, inhale, swing it out to the right, and then on the exhale, and then throw it back up there. Slow down the movement if you need to. You can also keep your knee bent. Again, move according to your abilities and flexibility. And then the other leg. Left leg, swing it up. And then out to the left. And then release. Next one is for the back muscles, the upper back especially. So I always like my cushion to help so that the hips don't grind down into the earth. So take your hands back behind you. If you can, clasp your hands together, squeeze your heels, your palms together. This helps to get yourself up a little bit higher. Anchor down through the hips, the thighs, and the tops of the feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down. Continue up, down, 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 up, hold this time. And down. Relax, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. So let's come on to our right side. You can support your head with your right hand, your left hand in front of your chest. Lift the left leg up, inhale, and come back down. Push the foot far away from you as your leg is lifting, and come back down. Flex your foot, the inside foot towards you, the outer edge of the foot extending away from you, and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Inhale, reach up and down, extend and down. This time bring your leg up about halfway or a third of the way and bring your other leg up to meet it. If you can, extend your right arm, extend your left arm over your head, and see if you can pick your right shoulder up off the mat. Try not to come forward. Try to keep your body in the same plane like you're being pressed between two panes of glass. Come back down, roll onto your back, breathe in, and breathe out. Relax. So now go on your other side. I'm just going to turn around so my back is not to you. Left hand supporting the head, right hand from the chest. Raise right leg up, inhale, and back down. Up, down. Try not to make too many folds in the waist in the right side of the body. Up and down. Inhale and down. Exhale. Up, down, up, down, up, and down. Now bring your leg up about a third of the way. Bring your left leg up to meet it. Left hand center with head, right arm up, and see if you can pick your left shoulder up off the mat. And then come back down, roll onto your back, breathe in, and breathe out, let go of all fatigue. Good, so now let's sit up, make your way into child's pose. 4 minutes in this one. Inhale, come up with a rounded back. Exhale, your hips down between your hands, chest forward, the head back. Inhale, back up, high cat. Exhale, seat goes back. So just waving the body. Inhale, rounding it back. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back, the chest forward, the head back. Inhale again, up and back. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, arching, flexing the spine. Inhale, back to rounding. Exhale, flattening and lengthening. Inhale, imagine your a wave coming out, emerging out of the ocean, reaching its full height, and then starting to crest, and then diminutions disappearing back in the water. Inhale. Try to do this while keeping the spine nice, smooth curve, no sharp angles anywhere. Inhale, come up. No kinks in the spine. From the base of the spine all the way up to the crown, a smooth curve. Inhale. Or to the back, the top, the bottom of the head. Inhale, come up. And forward, keep the neck long, extending on the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips as well. Inhale, come up. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward, chest forward, shoulders all the way back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the chest forward away from the seat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And forward, telescope your neck out of the shoulders. So the head can go back a little bit more. And then all the way back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale coming up. Rounding. Arching again. Rounding. And all the way back. Exhale. Rest here for a minute. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. So we're going to come into Cobra now. So there's a couple of different entries. You can either just come into baby plank and then drop your hips down, take your head back, hold the breath, hold the pose. The transition into Cobra is done on the inhale. Then exhale, go back. If you can, slide between your arms. Brush the nose, the grounds are coming forward, pull with your hands, come into your Cobra, hold the pose, hold the breath. And back. Try not to lose your neck when you're in your Cobra, when you're force form. Shoulders down, telescope your neck out of the shoulders. And back. You have to imagine yourself in the form. Copy the forms. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. 3 times plus of those can do this. And back. Then the teacher, when the teacher sees that the form senses that you are enthusiastic about being like them, learning, they're more apt to share more knowledge with you, more of their tricks with you. Come forward and up, hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. In any given form, imagine that as your teacher. Come forward and up. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. And come forward again, glide. Hold your hands as you're trying to pull the floor towards you. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. So this one, moving a few more joints now. Come all the way forward. Lift your palms up to the ground, press into your fingertips, lift your feet up. Try to touch your toes to the back of the head. Doesn't matter if they don't touch, just do your best. And back. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. And come forward. Try to get your hips right behind your hands. Really push into your fingertips. Open up your legs a little bit more. And back. Your hips stay on the ground. If your hips come up, then it's not an upward facing dog. If your hips are up, your legs won't come up as high. So, and then your toes will come close to your head if You can get as much length as possible. Pick up the whole body from the tops of your legs up off the ground, but your pelvis is down and back. Come forward again. Press into your fingers, tent your hands so you get more height. And back. So your thighs are on the ground. Come forward again. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. And one more. Come forward, make it your best one. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. Come into child's pose, breathe in. And breathe out. Good, so now come forward and flip onto your back. So we're doing tucks now. Arms up over the head, stretch out the legs, and come into a tuck. Squeeze your knees in towards your shoulders come up towards your knees, your chin between your knees. Inhale, and come forward. Don't worry if you can't come all the way up. Just do your best again. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, make yourself into tight ball as possible. Cross the ankles. Inhale. Exhale. Compact your body. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale, come in. The shoulders to your knees. Inhale. Exhale. You can even see if you can touch your forehead to your hands above the knees. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your elbows against your knees, one fist in front of the other. You might be able to get your head closer to your hands. Inhale. And squeeze in. Same movement, but this time, breathing's different. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath as you come into your tuck. And hold it throughout the tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale again, elongate. And pull in tight. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And release. Inhale. And come in. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. And pull in tight. Release. Everything stops on the breath attention. Inhale, all the attention at the space between the eyebrows, even if you can't touch your forehead to your hands or your knees. Release. Inhale, and no matter what the body's experiencing, remain calm, undisturbed like the eye of a storm. All the activity around it, but inside the mind is quiet. Inhale. And tuck in, or the eye of the storm is quiet. Release, inhale. And hold the breath. Exhale, and last time, inhale, stretch. Hold the breath, tuck in. And release. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Let go of all fatigue. Next, we're going to roll on our back a little bit. You can do any which way you like. You can bend your legs to bring your hands just behind your knees and just roll a few times. Try to get your feet all the way back behind your head, or as far as you can. If you're more flexible, you can bring your feet all the way behind your head, bring your legs down, anchor the heels as you sit up. And feel the body hinge at the hips, bring your body all the way down on the legs. So try to keep your legs and your arms straight. If you have more flexibility, more strength, try again to not lift your heels up off the ground when you're sitting up. All sorts of modifications you can do according to your condition. Good. Try to make the movement smooth. No jerks. Move at an even speed. Good. 2 more. Hold your breath as you're trying to sit up. You want to move the body in every which way to work all the joints. This time we're getting ready to stand, so bend your knees as you're coming down and plant your feet and come up. So make your way to the front of the mat now for Surya Namaskara. Just give me one moment. Okay, so now come to the front of the mat. Hands in front of the heart. Keep on offering up the postures. See God in each and every one. Let's grow all the way up and back on the inhale. Come down. As you don't worry too much about the breath, just move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power in each of the movements. The right foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come right through into your cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Take the head back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head to come down. The right foot comes forward to the hands. If that's difficult, lower your left knee down first. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, use your right hand to push the foot forward. And then the left foot comes beside your right foot, Uttanasana. Come up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home. Engage your buttocks and your upper back as you go back. And fold the body down, Uttanasana. Left foot goes back into the plank. All the movements deliberate, mindful, and graceful. Knees, chest, forehead down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Through into your cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Try to get your forehead to the ground if you're flexible. Soften the line in the back. Left foot comes forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Push your body against your legs. Try to get your seat and land to your heels eventually. Come right up to standing. And then back home. Go up and back. And go down. Uttanasana. The head close to your feet, a gesture of humbleness. Right foot back, look up. Make as though you're surrendering yourself fully to the divine grace. Into plank, Ashtanga Namaskara. Through into cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up, and come back home. Left side, raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go. And swing right through. Chest, hips between your hands, chest forward, the head back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left foot comes forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow down. Rise up again. Set your sights high in every sense. Hands to the heart. Offer up the practice. Don't do it just for yourself. Do it for all beings. Let's add on now. Bend your knees, belly on your thighs. Pull your hands all the way up off your back. If you can, join your hands together. Try to get your forehead to your shins if your legs are straight. The right foot back. Lower down a knee. Bring the arms all the way up. See if you can get your hands behind your head. Drop your shoulders down. And then come back into your high plank. You can do the same entry, knees, chest, forehead. You can do chaturanga if you like, lowering down in one line from the heels to the top of the head, hovering above the ground, through into upward facing dog, your hips and knees away from the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back again. Take the arms all the way up and back. Work your shoulders. Now swing forward, belly on your thighs. Join your hands together if you can. Left foot meets the right. Uttanasana. Push your body again into your legs. Forehead towards the shins. Come right up to standing. Hasta Uttanasana. And then come back home. Go up and back again. Hinge at the hips. Belly on your thighs, push your seat all the way up, eventually land to your heels. Try not to detach your body from the thighs as your body comes down. Now the left foot goes back, back knee down, Kapiyasana. Raise your arms up, drop your shoulders down again, push your lower back up and in. And come back into your high plank. Any entry you like into upward facing dog. You can chaturanga if you like again. Through into upward facing dog. Be careful of your joints, of course. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up. Send the foot between the hands. So if you're coming forward, move your shoulders over the fingertips so that the foot doesn't land with a big heavy thump. All the movements quiet and executed gracefully into Kapiyasana. Swing your hands behind the back, hold the breath, so the right foot again comes forth without making a sound. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Move the body as though you were in your dreams, moving fluidly and silently and gracefully. Raise your arms up, stretch. Come down, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs, push your seat all the way up, your head all the way down. A gesture of humbleness, the right foot back. Every movement, every posture has a certain consciousness. Tap into it. Opening again yourself up to divine grace. Always ready to serve. Into your high plank. Another transition if you like to try. Bring your seat back all the way. Instead, drop your knees and trust the ground so you can come through without touching your legs to the ground. Push your elbows into the sides of the body, into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up. Wherever you are in your practice is perfect. Just do your best. Move according to your abilities again. Lower your seat right close to front heel. Raise your arms up. Take your arms back. Open up the heart in every sense. Now come forward. Swing your hands behind the back. Join them together. Feet together. Uttanasana. Come all the way to standing. Keep listening to your body. Do according, meet the needs of your body, and you meet the needs of all beings. Raise your arms up the best way that you can. Bend your knees, push your belly into your thighs, join your hands. The forehead comes towards your shins. Left foot goes back. Back knee down. Remember, you're serving according to your abilities. Reach up and back. That's the best offering. You try not to go to a place of pain or anxiety or suffering. And into your seat goes all the way back. Come forward. Into your upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All beings are feeling this through you. Left leg up and bring the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back. Drop your shoulders down. Good. Swing your hands behind the back. The right foot meets the left. Remember, it's the effort that's most important and the intention behind the practice, not the result. Raise your arms up. The results will come with practice. Good. Hands to the heart. So now let's do 4 more with maybe a jump back. If you can't jump, just walk back. So no stopping in between. Raise your arms up. Stretch. And come down. Bend your knees again if you need to. Hands on the ground. As you jump back, hold your breath, bend your elbows so you can land softly. Into upward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Either jump or walk your feet forward to your hands, between your hands, go up and back, right into your next one. Hinge at the hips, come down, land, hovering just above the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bring your feet forward, 2 more, come down again. Feet to the hands, reach up and back, and come down. Into upward facing dog, and then downward. Feet to the hands, reach up and back. To finish it off, close it up with the hands to the heart. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath, imagine love going now out to all beings everywhere, like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine, unconditional love for all. And release. So let's continue with some balance poses. So, standing on your left foot first. Let's start off with tree pose. Bring the right foot up. You can place it on the inseam of the leg. If you're having trouble balancing, you can either stand with your back against the wall, or even just keep your toes on the ground, turn your knee out. If you have a lotus, however, other variations more advanced, you can bring your knee to your shoulder, turn the sole of the foot up, and bring the edge of the foot right at the top of the left leg. If you want, you can lean forward, bring the right hand behind the back. You can even use your left hand to guide your right hand to the foot. Hold it from behind. Take your left hand in Jnana Mudra in front of the heart. Otherwise, if your hands are, you can also take your hands up over the head. Extend upwards like a tree growing towards the sun. Stay steady, but ready to bend when the wind comes around. Flow with the wind. Whatever happens, just dance with it. Now from here, bring the right knee up as high as you can. Turn to your left a little bit, point the toes. Push the right thigh against the left thigh and see if you can hook your foot. If you can't hook the foot, just leave it on the outside. No big deal. Left arm over the right, eagle, Garudasana. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. See if you can sink down a little bit more. Make like an eagle, just contemplating where to fly next. Break the pose. Come back up. Try it on the other side now. Anchor down to the right foot. Spread the toes like the roots of a tree. This will keep your stance steady, just like a tree with a large network of roots. Again, with your foot in the interior thigh somewhere, just not against the knee, below or above. Or if you can, your lotus. Lean forward again, take your left arm behind the back. See if you can hold the foot from behind, the knees pointing down. Eventually, if you're doing this pose, this variation, your right hand in front of the heart. Push your lower back up and in. Or again, your hands can be over the head. Wherever you are is perfect. Just keep offering up the pose. Good. Now from here, release the left leg. Try to get the knee as high as possible so it comes higher on the right thigh. And then it makes it a little bit easier to bind the foot. Point the toes, turn to the right. See if you can hook the foot behind your standing leg. Your right arm over the left this time and sit a little bit lower. Keep your shoulders back if you can, over your hips. Become the form. Break the pose, come back. Good, now we're going to make like a diving eagle. Make your way to the back of the mat. Arms out to the side, palms down, left foot forward. Bend your knee, hinge at the hips, bring your belly on your thigh. Your head about the height of the knee. Raise the right leg up. Try to curve your back a little bit by bringing your shoulders back, your chin forward a little bit, and your foot higher than the hip if possible. Now bring your hands down. Your left hand comes to your foot, index finger on the outside of the heel. Your right leg comes up higher. If it's too much for your hamstring, you can bend your right knee and bring your knee up as high as you can. So also see if you can bring your right hand closer to your foot and maybe come off all, but just the index finger, maybe even bring your index finger on the inside of the heel eventually. You have to fall towards your toes, your hips over the heel. Your gaze is just beyond your toes. Now break the pose, bring the right foot back down, and then roll your way up slowly. Try it on your leg now. Go back to the back of the mat, arms out to the side again. Imagine you're an eagle soaring down from a great height at great speed. Bend your right knee, land your belly on your thigh, and start to take your left leg up. Point the toes, and then soar like an eagle soaring on the surface of the ocean. Try to get your foot up higher, your head about the height of the knee. Curve your spine if you can a little bit. And now the next one, bring your hands down, pull the left leg up higher again, or again, bend your knee if you need to and push your left knee up as high as you can. Either way, perfect. The right hand comes to the foot, index finger on the outside of the heel. And see if you can get your belly to stay with your thigh. Your right hand comes right beside your foot. Your left hand, comes right beside your right foot. And eventually maybe even take your fingers up off the ground or just the index finger leaving on the ground. Eventually maybe on the inside of the heel. And then come back down. Lift both heels, slip your hands underneath your heels and push your seat up. Keep your belly with your thighs. Try to get your chest lower than knees. Forehead to your shins if your legs are perfectly straight. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Stretch the back of the body. And then roll your way back up. Keep your head heavy as you're coming up. Charge the body. Turn the palms forward. Inhale the best. In. Coming in from everywhere. Up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout. So we're now going to warrior poses. We might slip another balance pose in there as well. Standing, facing the long edge of the mat. Separate your feet. You can jump or walk. Turn your left foot forward. Virabhadrasana. Try get nice and low. Eventually, maybe, if you're like Dharmaji, you might be able to come down low enough so that when you swing your hands down, your fingers touch the earth, your knees over the toes. Make sure your knee's not popping in. The knee over the two middle toes. Look over the front hand. Enter into the consciousness of a warrior. Now, join your hands behind the back. Pull your hands down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back. Humble warrior. So if you need to, you lower the right knee down. You can do it from here. Your legs are like a box, and you see you can bring your head down right beside your foot. If you can, however, you go down with your right leg straight, but push your left hip back. Make sure the outside edge of the right foot is down. Go to the right a little bit so you can get, your shoulder doesn't get caught on the knee on the way down. Allow it to slide to the inside of the knee, and see if you can telescope your body out of the hips. Get your head right beside the foot. Eventually. Now come up halfway, lower the knee down, setting up for lizard. Walk your left foot out to the edge of the mat, lift the back knee up and just scooch back and forth, pushing out the roots of your toes. Good, push back one more time, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes, and see if you can roll. If your hips are low enough, roll right onto your right forearm, and then roll back to your left. Both sides of your hips are equally close to the ground. If you're flexible and your hips are down, perhaps the pelvis, the belly, the chest will come down as well. Keep your knee close to the shoulder. Make sure that your knee is not falling away like this. If that's happening, your foot moves out a little bit more so you can keep your shin more straight. Nor this. Okay, so adjust your knee. Is not try to get your knee should be behind the toes, not beyond the toes. Your left heel should be down. Be like a lizard just sunning itself on the warm earth. Now come back onto the hands. Kapiyasana. I'll turn this way again. Your seat still stays low, right close to front heel. Hands up if you can, rock your shoulders back and reach back, lean away from the front leg. Stretch the front of the body, shoulders down and back so that the head can go back more. So it might start off like this with your arms in front of the head. Eventually pull your shoulders towards your ears, drop your shoulders down, keep wiggling your shoulders, keep practicing your downward facing dog so eventually your hands can go behind the head. Lift the heart. And come back, press into the front knee. From here, upright. Your left foot should be able to come up easily. Bend the toes under the right foot. Right arm up, angle the toe and the knee towards, in the same line towards the right. Bring the right arm down the outside of the left leg. Armpit eventually stay on the outside of the knee. So your hands start at the shoulders, height of the shoulders, but as you push down, you try to bring the body up and the center of the chest. Try to make it come in line with your thumbs. Left shoulder goes all the way back. Turn the chest all the way up. If you can, take your right foot up off the ground. If you want to take a bind, you can go ahead. Turn more towards your left. Use the left hand to guide the right hand underneath. Bend your fingers in towards your wrist. And then you can join your hands. The left arm goes over the back and you join your hands underneath your belly. You can do this with your right knee down as well. Break the pose. Come back into warrior. If you're on your knee, you can either stay on your knee or bring your right knee up. Virabhadrasana 2 again. Now reach all the way forward with your left hand, fingers about 14 or 16 inches in front of the right left foot, and bring the right arm up, Ardha Chandrasana. Look to the right, try to get your toes pointed. You can stay here, or if you can, take hold of the foot. Sometimes it's easier to bend your right knee back in towards your belly so you can take your leg more easily, just above the ankle, and push your foot up. If you have good balance, look forward, hip over the heel, take your left hand up off the mat onto your heart. Now break the pose, right foot back down, stand all the way back up, go to the other side now. Turn around 180 degrees if you can't see the screen anymore. Go to your right, look over your right hand, stretch, come into the warrior consciousness, always steadfast in our duty, always ready to serve. Humble warrior, hands behind the back, pull the hands down, lift the chest, allow the head to go back, go to your left a little bit, push your right hip back, try to keep on the same line as the knee. Your left outer edge of the foot is down, and see if you can take your head down right towards or on the ground, eventually to the left of the right foot. If you need to again, lower your left knee down, scooch it in so it's underneath your hip. Press into your feet, come back up halfway, set up for a lizard. Turn forward, your right foot moves out to the edge of the mat, your left knee up, and just go back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. Imagine they're made of lead. Sometimes you have to use your imagination to achieve the effect you're trying to achieve to a greater extent. Push back through the left foot one more time, lower the knee, flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, come onto your forearm. Your left forearm, then roll back to the right, your right forearm comes down. If your hips are quite high from the ground, just stay in your hands, but keep on drop your hip down. Imagine there's a big weight sitting on top of your seat, and keep lengthening. Bring your chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body comes closer to the ground. Eventually you come onto the forearms, and when your hips are anchored down, maybe the rest of the body will come down with it. Be like a lizard just sunning itself on a warm earth. Merge with the form. Now come back onto the hands. Keep your hips all the way down. The seat is right behind your heel. Hands up, rock your shoulders back, and pull your arms back. Imagine trying to get your index fingers right over the toes. Keep your arms straight so the crescent moon doesn't have any kinks anywhere along the spine, along the curve. Nice smooth lines. It's actually monkey pose, so monkeys swing from tree to tree without seemingly no bones in their arms. Try to reflect that looseness, that suppleness. Lift the chest. Now break the pose. Push into your front knee. Come upright, Parivrtta Paschimottanasana. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Your right foot, again, you should be able to lift it up easily if it's in the right place. Your legs like a box. Left arm up, angle the toe and the knee towards the left. Hold it in place with your right hand and see if you can get your armpit on the outside of the knee. Right hand pushes into your left. Even a fist might be easier to push downward. At the same time, your belly's coming up, the center of the chest coming behind your thumbs. Your elbows and your wrists in the same line. To give yourself more push power, pull the right shoulder all the way back, turn the face, chest up. If you can, take your left knee up off the ground. If you want to take a bind, either with your knee on the ground or up off the ground, go ahead. Go to edge your potential every time. Make some effort, and then you'll push the edge further every time. And when you see the progress, you remain motivated. Break the pose. Back into Virabhadrasana 2 with your knee on or up or on the ground. Look over the front hand. And now reach forward. The right hand in front. I'll do this way. The right hand, the armpit on the knee, the fingertips anchoring your body, anchoring down. Slide your left foot in and pick your left leg up. And then your left arm can come up as well. Open up fully. Point the toes, shoulders, and hips in the same line. One on top of the other. And you can stay here or bring your left knee in again. Bring the right knee, bend your right knee a little bit so you can anchor the right foot down. Take hold of the leg close to your ankle, just above it, and push the foot up and back again. If it's too much, just keep in your Ardha Chandrasana. If you want to look forward and take your hand up off the ground, hold the breath, the right hip on top of the heel. From here, release the foot, Virabhadrasana 2, right into your plank. And from here, Vasisthasana. Make sure you're not dropping, sagging into your hips. So it shouldn't be looking like that. Straight line from the heels to the top of the head, then go into your side plank. Left hand in front of your, going to your left a little bit. The hand is a little bit from the shoulder. Keep your left arm fully extended. If you're dropping into your shoulder, your hips are sagging, bring your left knee down like so. If you want to try the variations, go ahead. If you know the variations, you can slide your right toes back. Turn on the left foot at the same time. Make sure you might want to pull the left foot in as well so you can get your inside edge of the left foot down. This gives you the balance to eventually take your right foot up. Your hip should be all the way up. Take hold of the knee close to your belly and maybe even reach for the foot if you have the flexibility. All according to your abilities. Come back into your plank. Go on the other hand now. Go to your left, right hand in front a little bit of the nose, the hand, the shoulders a little, the hands a little bit in front of the shoulder. You can stay here the whole time if you like, or again, drop down on your right knee if it's too much. And then you can move into your variations if you like. Start to turn on your right foot, slide your left toes back alongside the knee, get your hip all the way up. So you're trying to get your knee over your knee over your toes. Inside edge of your left foot is down, remember. Turn the toes in the same line as the rest of your leg to get more balance. So you can take your left knee up and hold the knee or hold the foot. Break the pose, come back into your plank. And from here, jump your way to the front of the mat or walk. Come into a squat. I will move back because I'll come out of the line of the vision of the camera. Push your arms into your inner thighs. Plant your hands down. Lift your heels up. Kakasana. Bring more weight forward onto your arms, your shoulders. Go over your fingertips. You can keep your toes on the ground if you don't feel comfortable taking your feet off the ground, but eventually hold your breath. Keep squeezing your thighs against your inner backs of your arms and vice versa. Your knees are close to your shoulders, and see if you can pull your toes away from the ground, even just one foot at a time. Dance from one foot to the other. Those who feel comfortable, you can tuck your chin in, bring your forehead on the ground, land in your teddy bear. If you want to keep going, bring your legs all the way up. Or you can split your legs. Now if you know you can do headstand but not maybe from that entry, you can do it from the ground up. So you can bring your hands beside your knees, your forehead down. Make sure your hands are not beside your head. Your fingers are underneath your knees so that when you bring your seat up, your arms at right angles, your upper arms to your lower arms, like an L shape. And then you walk your feet close to your wrists. Just try to get your seat as high as possible over your shoulders. Press just underneath the knees against your elbows. Pull your toes up, away from the ground. Not much wrong can go here. Just bring your toes down if you don't feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable, eventually you bring your feet up. If you want, you can even bring one foot up and behind, one foot between your hands, and then one foot up. So you just, even if you don't get the foot in front of you off the ground, Just lift your heel, try to get your hip as high as possible. Eventually you might be able to keep your legs close to your body. You keep pushing through the foot that's behind you. Eventually your feet will come at the same height. Your heels at the same height as the hips. Good. Just stay for a bit. If you're in headstand, a full headstand, you can come off, come into your finger stand, tent your hands, fingers facing away from you. More advanced, try to take off the fingers one at a time until you're just on the index finger. You can keep your legs bent as well, split one in front of the other. This is easier for balance. The meaning of life, the goal of life is to experience everything, all forms. We'll get the chance to experience everything on the path to self-realization. Now, get ready to come back down with control. Come out of the pose, into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Roll your way up. Take your legs in front. Getting ready to come into plow. So it's a smooth entry. Scooch the front of the mat if you need to. Press your arms down into the ground. Lift your seat as high as you can so you can get your hands onto your back and bring your feet behind your head. Depending on your flexibility, maybe your hips are behind your shoulders. And you can stay here if this is where you're at. All good. If you want, try to bring your seat up higher over your shoulders. You can keep your legs extended and plow pose, a traditional plow. If your feet touch down, you can bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Pull your feet as far away from your head as possible so you get a nice back stretch. Alternatively, bring your thighs onto your body and your knees on either side of the head. Squeeze your knees into your ears, go inward, just take out all the distractions coming into the eyes and ears by shutting them out. Okay, I'm ready to come down. The palms are down on the ground behind your back. Press into your arms and come down slowly. Control the distance so you don't come flying out of the pose. Your legs coming down bit by bit. And even speed. And just before your feet touch the ground, lift your back up off the ground. Move your elbows in a little bit closer. You might have to lift one side of the seat at a time to get your hands a little bit more underneath your seat. You can keep your legs up about 12 inches off the ground or bring them down all the way. Lift your chest up, top of the head down. If it's too much, again, your feet come down. Try to get the heart as high as possible. Bring your attention to the base of the throat and breathe very fast through the nose. Break the pose. Come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come to seated position. Okay, so from here, Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees up if you need to. Raise your arms up. Hinge at the hips. Come forward. Belly on your thighs. Take hold of the edges of your feet. Keep on trying to move your chest beyond your knees. If you're very tight, you can hold your arms and just squeeze your legs to your body. More flexible, pull your heels forward. Try to get your legs flat on the ground. Your body follows. Your belly stays with your thighs. And then keep on telescoping your head forward like you're trying to touch the top of the head to your feet. With each inhale, visualize the spine getting longer and longer. With each exhale, melt more weight into your legs. The weight to the body might help to release the hamstrings a little bit more. Come up. Purvottanasana or bench pose. Purvottanasana, your legs are straight, but slide your heels in a little bit. Pull the shoulders in towards another to widen up the upper back, and then push into your hands, push your shoulders back, the chest comes up. If your toes are up, it might feel heavy very fast, so bring your feet in a little bit, roll the thighs towards another. Try to get your toes to come down. Lift your chest, allow the head to go back. If it's too much, bring your heels in underneath your knees, bench pose. Now breathe very fast, make the belly jump through the nose. Lower the seats back down. Hug your legs to the body, breathe in and breathe out. Good. Cross your ankles, come onto your knees, bend the toes under, hands on the seat. Push into your seat, lift the chest, allow the head to go back. Now you can stay here. If this is where your limit is, if you can lean back a little bit, push into your toes. You can do this a few times just to work the thighs. Eventually, maybe if you can, your shoulders go back behind your feet. Left hand on your left heel, right hand on your right heel. Cross your baby fingers together, lock them together, push your heels together, and bring your hips forward like you're about to fall on your thighs. Rabbit pose. Lift the chest. Now come out of the pose, shoulders come behind your heels again. One hand at a time, push, bring them back on your seat, push into the seat, pull down, come back up. Hands in front of your knees. You can come onto your fingertips if you'd like. Inhale, arch back. Exhale on the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the seats onto your heels. Bring your legs in front. Extend your legs. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right shin. Right hand behind your back. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Both sides, your hips anchored down. If one foot is in front of the other, push the lagging one forward to meet it. Keep your back straight. Try not to lean back. Chest all the way open to the long side of the mat. Come back to the center, left hand behind the back, right hand on the outside of the left shin. Push your lower back up and in. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders, your trunk out of your hips on each inhale. And as you exhale, turn more to your left. Your left hand is right behind your seat, so it's not like this. This doesn't get you into the twist as much as you can, as much as you're able to. Break the pose, lie down on the back. Allow the body to just sink down. Feel as though the body were made of lead, heavy. Let go of all effort, let go of all tension. The best arriving now. And everything comes in fuller force as a result of offering up your practice, your efforts. The more good you put out there, the more it comes back to you. So when you offer up the practice, when you offer up good deeds, good words, good thoughts, it reflects back in a positive way. You attract good karma. A sign that we're approaching self-realization is when we feel unconditional love towards all. when we find the ease in exercising compassion towards all beings. And it comes with practice like everything else. So keep on going with your efforts to deliver the best in all your actions, thoughts, and words beyond the mat as well, not just on the mat, extended in your day-to-day lives. Now prepare to exercise this in your day-to-day lives now. Prepare to come back to seed position and acknowledgement of that mission to continue to radiate love and wisdom to all beings, the wisdom that helps to break the patterns that cause pain and suffering. That's the highest form of karma yoga, to share spiritual knowledge to help others understand the true nature of ourselves, which is infinite, immutable, eternal, and stainless. Sit tall and supreme. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So sitting up tall and upright now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. If you need to do more Shavasana, then I invite you to do that, of course, to further help the benefits to integrate. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Much love.